LeBron James' son, Bronny James, is quickly losing his backup point guard role to a $33 million veteran after lackluster performances. They're referring to Gabe Vincent, man. Gabe Vincent has basically been outplaying Bronny James in the preseason. Now, I will say this. Bronny James has definitely improved on his three-point shot, but he has not improved on his ball handling skills. You know, as a point guard, you have to bring the ball up the court, and Bronny James struggles to bring the ball up the court without losing the ball or pretty much getting forced to stop and have to pass the ball. And it just looks like, you know, when you see that, it just goes to show that Bronny James should have stayed in college at least another 2 years, because he's not NBA ready, right? Like, anybody with eyes can watch Bronny James and see that this guy was not ready to go to the NBA, which is why he almost went undrafted. But I do like the fact that he's improved his three-point shot. For him only being 6'2", they say he's 6'4", but he clearly is not 6'4". Bronny James is like 6'2", and for his height, he be dunking. You know what I'm saying? We've seen him do a putback dunk. You know, for his height, he's a pretty decent dunker. You know what I'm saying? But he still has a lot to work on, man. So it says the NBA preseason is underway with just 2 weeks remaining until opening night. Teams are still evaluating their roster rotations based on current performances, and the Lakers are among those figuring out the best lineup combinations. Bronny James is expected to have a larger role this season, but the question remains, in what capacity? Nick Smith Jr. will be signing with the Lakers on a 2-way contract, sources told ESPN. The 21-year-old point guard averaged 9.9 points per game and 2.4 assists for the Charlotte Hornets last season. That's a red flag for Bronny James. So you got Gabe Vincent, and now they just signed another guy, Nick Smith Jr. How many minutes is Bronny James going to get when he's 1 out of 3 point guards that's going to be coming off of the bench? You know what I'm saying? James hasn't exactly helped his case for earning minutes so far. In the preseason opener, he struggled with his shooting and looked out of rhythm offensively. I feel like they were pretty good shots, James said. I didn't rush, wasn't forcing anything. I didn't have my legs under me as much as I wanted to, so I left a lot of them short. Bronny James, you're like 20, 21 years old. What the fuck do you mean you didn't have your legs under you, bro? You sound like your father. Your father's 40. You've only been in the league for 1 season. This is your 2nd season. What do you mean you didn't have your legs under you, nigga? You need to hit the weight room and do leg day, bro. You skipping leg day? There is no reason why a 21-year-old is saying that he didn't have his legs under him. That sounds crazy, bro. I think he's lying, bro. You know, you just had a bad performance. It had nothing to do with your legs. You just got to play better, bro. That's an excuse. But most of them are on the line, and I felt like I could have made them. I took some good shots. After 2 preseason games, it's becoming increasingly clear that Gabe Vincent is the front runner for the backup point guard spot, not Bronny James. Extending the conversation past the offensive struggles, the defense, which is supposed to be his strong point, still lacks refinement. James has struggled navigating screens and sticking with his man. The tenacious defense that one would want to see out of someone as athletic as the Lakers guard has not provided the necessary results for a team wishing to pursue a championship in 2025. Vincent is the much safer option off the bench. That's clear as day, bro. Gabe Vincent has been in the NBA Finals with the Miami Heat. He's a good 3-point shooter. He's good at, handling the ball. He knows when to pass the ball. You never see Gabe Vincent pass the ball too long. He either shoots a 3 or he passes the ball. You don't really see Gabe Vincent ever really doing too much, but that's because he has more experience than Bronny James. James entered training camp with a real opportunity to earn minutes, but early on he's done little to impress. With Vincent entering the final year of his 3-year contract, perhaps one more year of development for James wouldn't be the worst thing. The Lakers are aiming for a deep playoff run this season, and right now Bronny James doesn't look ready to contribute to that goal. Listen, man, I'm going to be honest with y'all, bro. The only reason that the Lakers signed this kid is because of LeBron James. Let's just call it what it is. I think that LeBron should have allowed his son to go to the Phoenix Suns, because if you guys don't remember, Kevin Durant was actually recruiting Bronny James to come to the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns were actually willing to draft Bronny James, but Rich Paul, who is the agent of Bronny James, were telling all the teams, don't draft Bronny. If you guys draft Bronny, he's not going to play for you guys. So that's why he was drafted so low, because, they pretty much knew the Lakers wanted him. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's so much unnecessary pressure put onto Bronny James playing with his father. Even though his father's NBA career is basically over. He's 40. He's turning 41 this year in December. I feel like Bronny would be playing better if he would have stayed in college for another year or 2 years. And, coming into the league, I know that it's a dream of LeBron to play with his son, but is that Bronny James's dream? I think Bronny James's dream is to be one of the best players in the NBA. Why put that unnecessary pressure on yourself of, number one, you're playing for the Lakers, the most popular team in the NBA next to the Celtics, and number two, you're playing with your father, who many people consider the GOAT, if not the GOAT, one of the greatest players in NBA history. It's just unnecessary pressure. You put a guy like Bronny James on a team like the Miami Heat or the Phoenix Suns, any other team besides the Lakers or the Celtics, put him on a team that's less popular. I think he would be playing much better. I just think that the kid has so much pressure on him, and he never really got to develop his game. When he was actually playing pretty decent in college, he ended up having a cardiac arrest situation, and ever since then, he's not really been the same. Now, I will say this. Bronny James has been balling his ass off in the D-League. You feel me? Like last season when he was going back and forth from the D-League team to, actually being at the Lakers games, he was showing potential that he can actually ball out. So I would love to see Bronny James have a breakout year. Like I said, he has made improvement on his jump shot. His threes it is looking better this year. And he's shooting. And the thing is, he's not just shooting threes. Bronny James is shooting his 3-pointers from far. You know what I'm saying? Like he's kind of trying to shoot like some Steph Curry type shit. You know what I'm saying? But he has to work on his IQ. Bronny James has to work on his ball handling skills. He has to work on bringing the ball up the court aggressively. You know what I'm saying? And he needs to know when to pass the ball. I think he holds the ball too long sometimes, and it's like he doesn't really know what to do. Like he's on the court, has the ball in his hands, he's dribbling, doesn't know if he wants to go to the rim, doesn't know if he wants to shoot a three. Like, you have to work on that, bro. You got to work on your IQ. When you get the ball, you should already know what you want to do with the ball. You get the ball, if you got some space, shoot the three. You get the ball, drive to the paint. You got a good look, go for it. You don't got a good look, kick it out. You know what I'm saying? But these are things that I think LeBron James is personally going to work with Bronny James on. That is the benefit of him playing with his father. He gets to work and train with his father pretty much full time because they play for the same team. So Bronny James is going to look better this year. I wholeheartedly believe that. I do think that he kind of messed up his opportunity to get more minutes than he would have gotten the second season due to his performance in preseason. So with that being said, man, let me know what you guys think about this, man. This your boy Wavy, Stay Wavy TV. Make sure y'all subscribe, thumbs up the video, leave a comment. I'm out.